Hello, my name is Miss Bennett. If you're watching this live stream, first of all, my apologies that we can't do this in person, but I hope you've taken the time to look at this virtual open house for AP English. I'll try to keep this short and relevant. I've got two daughters that attend Atherton, and so I have a good awareness of what parents are hoping to see from their teachers when they come to open house. So first and foremost, I'm glad to have your student back in person, learning 5 days a week in the classroom, and I hope to continue the year that way as well. And we've been making good progress so far. Your students enrolled in my AP English class, and the first thing that I wanted to talk about is how AP works for college credit. Your student will take the class all year and they'll earn whatever grade that they'll earn by the end of the year for the coursework, for the work that we do in class. And then in May, they will take a test that demonstrates their ability to write. They're basically taking an introduction to writing class, a composition 101 class if they were taking this in college. If they pass the test in May, when they go to start looking at colleges, they may be able to opt out of the freshman writing course that's required by most colleges. What they'll be able to say is, I can test out of that course because of how I did on the AP test. So your grade doesn't affect your score, and your score doesn't affect your grade, okay? The grade for the year is different than the score on the test, and the score on the test is different than the grade for the year, okay? Speaking of grading, JCPS changed its policy this year and eliminated the category of student engagement. There are only two categories that grades go in now. One is mastery. Mastery represents major projects, essays, presentations, tests. Most of the assignments in mine will be projects and essays. There don't tend to be a tremendous amount of tests in English class. And mastery will represent 70% of the student's overall grade for the year. And I will make sure to have numerous assignments in there that are also different, so that if your child isn't as good of a writer as they are a speaker, or vice versa, that the different modes of communication are represented in mastery. The other category is student progression. That's 30% of your students' overall grade. This accounts for small classwork assignments, homework assignments, binder checks. Students are expected to have a binder or notebook. They keep up with 6 weeks at a time worth of stuff, and I do a binder check at the end of each grading period. That kind of work goes into student progression, and once again, that's 30% of your child's overall grade. Late policy. We're trying to move beyond the world of NTI, where students were doing assignments whenever they could get to them, and go back to the reality that there will be deadlines. There are deadlines again this year, and I will take any assignment in mastery late, but I will penalize it for being late. So it'll be 1 letter grade deduction if your child does not turn in their mastery assignment on time. I will take it all year though. You could turn in an assignment that's from mastery that we did in September and May with the penalty, but you can still turn it in, because those zeros in mastery do tend to be so harmful to the overall grade. That's why I'll take mastery all year. The small classwork grades can only be made up during that unit. So it's not reasonable to think in May that you can go back and recreate a small classwork grade from October, because it was such a small, isolated assignment and grade. So I only accept progression grades late if we are in the same unit that it was assigned. And I always give kids ample opportunity. Hey, if you got any zeros, this is the last week to make them up before we're moving on. Because I always take mastery assignments late, I do not offer extra credit. So if a student comes to me at the end of the year and says, hey, I have a B+, or hey, I need to do something to pass, my answer is always going to be look for zeros in mastery and make them up. Again, they'll be penalized for being late, but it'll be better than having the zero. So there is no extra credit in AP English. Finally, I just wanted to end with what your students should expect as far as homework. We do quite a bit of reading outside of class. This is to prepare them for IB literature, which they will likely take as junior and seniors. We read about 40 to 50 pages a week outside of class. I assign it on Monday and have it due on a Friday, so that if they want to choose to do all of it Monday night or Thursday night, as a lot of them do, then they can kind of manage their own reading schedule for the week. But you should see your student home with a book at some point throughout the week, because we almost exclusively homework assignments or reading assignments that are once again about 40 or 50 pages a week that are due on Friday. Aside from that, there's a couple of 15-minute homework assignments here or there that students should be able to keep up with, but also sometimes there's class time for those to get done in class as well, or in a study skills. Again, reach out if you have any questions. My name's Tracy Bennett. I am your child's AP English teacher. My email address is on the website, and I look forward to a great year.